independence, what was the contour of the state? When our country became independent, when the Constitution of India became operational from 26 January 1950, there were 9 states which were called A category state. I just want to clear you that there are 4 type of state at the time of the commencement of our constitution, and under the category of A state there were 9 states. And what were these? Number 1, Assam, Bihar, Bombay, East Punjab, Madhya Pradesh, Madras, Odisha, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal. As you know that West Bengal, Punjab or Assam, these 3 states were partitioned. So the remaining states were given the full-fledged status of a state like West Bengal, because Eastern Bengal was carved out and became the part of Eastern Pakistan. Similarly, in the case of Punjab, 2/3 of the Punjab went to the Western Pakistan, and 1/3 of Punjab, now comprising the present day Punjab and Haryana, became the part of Indian Union. So there were 9 states falling into category number A. The second category included 8 type of states, and these states were formerly the princely states, and these states have been made by carving out or by merging a smaller princely state into one. And by this method, number 1 Hyderabad, number 2 Jammu Kashmir, number 3 Madhya Bharat, number 4 Mysore, number 5 Patiala, number 6 Rajasthan, number 7 Saurashtra, number 8 Travancore and Cochin. In addition to category number A and B, in part C there were 10 smaller states, and these were Ajmer, Bhopal, Bilaspur. Now Bilaspur forms part of the Himachal Pradesh state. Kurg, now under Karnataka. Delhi, Himachal Pradesh. Kutch, now forms part of Gujarat. Manipur, Tripura, Bindra Pradesh, now forms part of MP. And under category D, and that was Andaman Nicobar Island. Friends, you know that the Lakshadweep had been divided into 2 states by Cochin Travancore and Bombay state. Now in 1956, and before that, you might be knowing P. Sri Ramlu. He died by resorting to fast unto death for 56 days, and there was a great reaction in Andhra Pradesh area, Telugu speaking areas, and so government was forced to bifurcate Madras state into 2 states. One Madras, later on in 1969 it was renamed Tamil Nadu, and the other part were called Andhra Pradesh, having Telugu speaking area. Government had to resort to form a state reorganization commission headed by Justice Fazal Ali, and its 2 other members were H.N. Kunjru and K.M. Panikar. So from 1951 to 56, what we find? There are certain alteration, certain changes. And what were those changes? Before the constitution of State Reorganization Commission, in 1954, the French enclave Chandranagar was transferred to West Bengal, or in the same year, Pondicherry, comprising the former French enclaves of Pondicherry, Karikal, Yannan and Mahe, transferred to India, and this became the Union Territory in 1962. Also, in 1954, pro-India forces liberated the Portuguese-held enclave of Dadra and Nagar Haveli and declaring it the de facto state of India. In 1961, India annexed it as a union territory of Dadra Nagar Haveli, and now you see that this union territory has been merged with the Daman and Diu. State Reorganization Act 1956 recognized the state based on linguistic line and cultural homogeneity, and as a result of this act, what changes were done? Bombay state was split into the linguistic state of Gujarat and Maharashtra. In 1960, the former union territory of Nagaland achieved statehood. In 1st December 1963, the Punjab Reorganization Act 1966 resulted in the creation of Haryana on 1st November and the transfer of northern district of Punjab to Himachal Pradesh. The act also designated Chandigarh as a union territory and shared capital of Punjab and Haryana. Madras state was renamed Tamil Nadu in 1969. The northeastern state of Manipur, Meghalaya, Tripura were formed on 21st January 1972. Mysore state was renamed Karnataka in 1973. On 1975, Sikkim became the 22nd state of Indian Union, and its state's monarchy was abolished. In 1987, Arunachal Pradesh and Mizoram became the state on 20 February, followed by Goa on 30 May, while Union Territory of Goa, Daman, Diu, northern enclave of Damao and Diu became a separate union territory as Daman and Diu. In November 2000, 3 new states like Chhattisgarh from Madhya Pradesh, Uttaranchal from UP and Jharkhand from Bihar were created. In 2014, Telangana was created, a new state was created from Andhra Pradesh, and Odisha was renamed as Odisha, O-D-I-S-H-A. In 2011, Pondicherry was renamed Puducherry in 2007. Or in 2019, the parliament passed an act, and by it Jammu and Kashmir, the state of Jammu and Kashmir was bifurcated into 2 union territories, one comprising of Jammu and Kashmir area and second Ladakh. While Jammu, the legislative assemblies was kept under Jammu and Kashmir, but Ladakh will have no legislative assembly. It will have to be administered by an administrator appointed by the President of India. Similarly, Government of India merged Dadra and Nagar Haveli into Daman and Diu effective from 26th January 2020. So, student, this is the exact description of the reorganization of a state in India. In our country, after independence, what you see, there is a kind of regional disparity at 2 levels. One is intra-regional disparity and another is inter-regional disparity. What does this mean? You see, the level of development is very much different from one state to another state. For example, the level of development of Bihar is very much slow in comparison to the most advanced state of Maharashtra or Punjab. Similarly, there is also an intra disparities in the state. For example, if you see the map of UP, what we find? The west of Allahabad, that is western UP, the area and the people have become very much richer after the independence. Because of the green revolution in western UP, the income of average farmers have gone 10 times more than what it happened to be during the period of independence. But what is the fate of the people living in eastern UP? They are poor. 4 to 5 months their lands are submerged into water on account of recurring floods in those areas. People flee away from eastern UP to other parts of the country in search of employment. So the only one example I have cited before you. And what does it mean? That there is a problem of inter-regional disparity plus intra-regional disparities in the state, and that's why people of those areas who perceive that they have been left in the process of development. They just want a share in the resources of governance, and this is the reason for the creation of so many states after independence, except in the case of northeastern areas where ethnicity plays bigger role than the economic disparities. So students, I think that I have completed my lecture today.